contagious, outrageous.
Hello and welcome to the New York Knicker Brothers podcast, your companion podcast to the death of the 2025 New York Yankees season. I'm one of your hosts, Patrick Gallagher, and alongside me, a man who didn't ask out of the city of Milwaukee, only because he's already banned from the entire state of Wisconsin, your brother and mine, Bear Shrivastov. Bear, it was a big day of no news, but yes news, but big news, but no news at all in Nickland. Shams Charania reported that over the summer, Giannis Antetokounmpo said the only team that he wanted to play for was the New York Knicks, and reported that the Knicks and Bucks engaged in cursory trade talks that never really went anywhere. I'm going to start this with a little bit of a rant.
Okay.
One of the things I have disliked about being a Knicks fan for a long time is that it has always been about getting the next guy, always, over the team that's right in front of you. Now, it's an understandable place to be when the Derek Fisher Knicks are 17-65. It's the worst team you've ever seen, and everyone's just crossing their fingers, hoping to get, the Kyrie, KD, Zion Williamson trio in 2019. That is an understandable place to be. I'm sure that timeline is wrong, and that wasn't the Derek Fisher year, but you know what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But you get it, right? Now what we have is a team that is a top two contender in the conference to make the finals, unquestionably. I think more people than not are probably picking the Knicks to make the finals, although not necessarily win it. That's fine. We'll talk about that another time. And now we're just sitting here overwhelmed by the media attention given to another story about a player who could be on the team in a year. And I don't want to think about it anymore. I'm tired of thinking about the future when the present is so damn appealing. And that's how I felt when this news broke.
Live in the moment.
Yeah. What I felt was, I know why it's a story, and it is a story. And Giannis not being happy in Milwaukee, despite the ownership saying that he is happy, is a story. And you verify that story with the talks of he wants to be in New York, or that's the other place that he'd want to be, however they parsed it. And there were some cursory trade talks. Now, the cursory trade talks, I'm sure, were Leon Rose calling up the Bucks front office and saying, okay, we heard about this. What do you want for Giannis? And then turning around and saying, we want 10 lottery first-round picks. And then Leon Rose saying, okay, thanks, and hanging up the phone, right? That's probably what it went. Something
if they even like put that offer out there,
Yeah.
Like,
but
probably maybe not even that.
It's like, what do we want? We want to own half of the country of Thailand. Can you give us that, Leon Rose? Can you make that happen for us, big guy?
Yeah.
And Leon's like, well, let me go call Jimmy D and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Let me see if World Wide West knows anybody.
So listen, Giannis is the, second, third, first, fourth best player in the league, right? It's very easy to see how, if you swapped out, let's say, Karl Towns for Giannis, how that team would work, right?
Yeah.
It would be incredible. I'm not denying any of that, but I'm much more interested in figuring out what this team is going to be like for the next 6 months than I am in thinking about what the next year's team might be.
I agree.
In 12. You agree?
Yeah. No, I agree. There's no reason to think about this Giannis stuff. I think it will likely be a recurring thing throughout the season, and we can talk about it as it comes and goes, especially because I don't think the Bucks will be that good. But who knows what will happen if, we're sitting in June or July or whatever, and Giannis still really wants to come to the Knicks. We can talk about it, but it's not happening this year. We have a real title chance without him. So I don't really care that much. I don't know.
And also, like, I I say this with some hesitation. Like, if we are fortunate enough to be title contenders in the finals, God forbid, maybe even win the finals, right? Am I going to be thinking a lot about Giannis Antetokounmpo in the months following us winning the title? Like,
No,
do I give a shit? You know,
the world in which we give a shit, right, is where we lose the finals, and then it's like Giannis wants to come to the Knicks, right?
or lose earlier than the finals, right? If we like lose in the second round to Atlanta in some sort of terrible upset, the Andrew
Then it would be
Claudio
like
worst case scenario. Yeah.
then it would be like we need to do something. And I think if we fall just short in the finals and we're like, man, if we just had someone who was like 5% better than Carl Towns, we would have won the championship. Then that scenario will come up too. But we have a whole season to play before this becomes relevant at all, and we're one of the top like 4 or 5 teams in the entire league. So I really don't have a ton to say about it right now. It's interesting hypothetical for a year from now, but it's nothing yet.
I mean, it's a testimonial to where we've come from, right? How terrible it was when we couldn't get a meeting with KD the first time, when KD and Kyrie picked Brooklyn instead of New York the second time. All the many dick teases that have been given to us by superstars who have ended up going elsewhere. The summer of 2010 with LeBron and Bosh and Wade all choosing to go elsewhere, and we get, Stat was great, but he was great for a year and a half, and then his knees broke down, and that was the end of it for Stoudemire. The many times Grant Hill used us to get contract leverage one way or another throughout the 90s and early 2000s. It's just year, and Jason Kidd did it before he came. Just year after year after year of this stuff. Just like, I don't know. I'm frustrated that I even have to think about it. And I suppose I don't have to think about it, but I'm also like, and I want to be part of the zeitgeist. I have a podcast. I want to be hip, man. And now so we have to talk about this thing that really annoys me to talk about and think about.
Well, okay. So let's talk about something else then.
Great.
We did it.
I am a lunatic. And I can tell you why I'm a lunatic. Wow, that was not words I just said. Why I'm a lunatic.
You hear how crazy he is, everybody? Can't even speak words. Woo.
That was like in Parks and Recreation when they have the radio show and it's like Crazy Ira and the Douche.
Yeah.
that was basically our version of that.
Oh, we should have like a little segment like that.
We need more sound cues. You need to be the sound guy. Never do that again. All right. I watched 2 full preseason games. That's how crazy I am. Full. I watched them from start to finish, all the way, because I just can't get enough Knicks. They were on at 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. or something like that. It was the middle of the work day. I was doing work and I was watching the Knicks. There's not a lot to say about preseason games. I don't want people to get overinvested in preseason games at all, but I will say the team definitely looked faster, playing at a higher tempo. Mitch Robinson started. Josh Hart got hurt, so we didn't see a lot of him.
Mitchell Robinson with 15 rebounds in like 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, it was crazy. He was crazy. They shot well. There's some interesting pieces emerging on the bench. I have a pet theory about them that we'll get to in a second. And overall, there was nothing to dissuade me from the belief that this team is a real contender. I think they look like in their best moments in the preseason, which is how you should judge the preseason only. They look like the kind of team that could easily win 55 or more games. And that's an exciting place to be. I can't deny it. Bear, did you watch any of those preseason games?
Yeah, I watched. I didn't watch 2 full preseason games because like I still have like a lot of life to live and I don't want to waste it on that. But I did.
Yet, everybody.
I did tune in. I think I had it on I had I had the second game on in the background while I was doing other stuff. And I thought it was good. That was the game where they were in Abu Dhabi. That was the second game, right?
They were both games were in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know which one I watched, but regardless, they were both against the Sixers, right?
Did Malcolm Brogdon
So there's no
play
way.
in the first half?
Not that I know of.
Oh.
But look, I thought I didn't really have any real takeaways other than like they looked like they were having fun. They looked like they were passing the ball around. Mitch was the only real person I noticed who was like, oh, he looks really, really good. But yeah, I was perfectly happy with what I saw.
Yeah, preseason basketball, don't get overinvested one way or another, but use it to dream, and that's what I have to say about it. See the trends that make you happy about your team. Don't see the trend. People were harping on like, oh my God, they were harping on like Malcolm Brogdon getting his pocket picked in one of the games, and I don't know, other guys who didn't, the offense looking a little stale in the brief moment Josh Hart was out there or whatever. And it's just like, get over yourselves, everybody. Don't focus on that. This is not the time to focus on the negative. They're figuring out how to play. It's a brand new system. They're trying to, do something they've never done before. So give them a chance to figure it out. Yeah. And when they were figuring it out, it looked great.
Yeah. Or don't watch.
That's a much better option, honestly. Yeah. Don't watch.
Our first two segments on this podcast are like, one, a trade that we don't want to talk about, and a recommendation not to watch the basketball games.
Well, that's because the real season is so close. We can taste it. We don't want to talk about this nonsense anymore. We want to talk about real games, and we are a couple of weeks away, baby.
I'm sick of talking about people's favorite colors and whether they like rap music or country music. I don't care.
Or art music.
Andrew Shamit, by the way, if you're out there, if you're listening to this one, we still want you on the pod, man.
Yeah.
We still want you.
Come join the pod. Explain to us what you
dish
mean.
it out. Come dish it out.
What could art music possibly mean? Ladies and gentlemen, as we said, the season's a couple of weeks away. It's some really exciting times. We are pumped. Last year, you may recall, we gave you over-unders, but we only did it for the Eastern Conference. This year, we're getting started a little early, so we're going to give you both in this brand new, exciting segment called Bear and Pat Pick the Western Conference Over-Unders. Bow, 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 bow.
I should have had that sound effect queued up. My bad, everybody.
This segment is brought to you again by Stiller's Soda. This is the Stiller's Shirley Temple. It is very tasty. I want to point out to you, it is classic soda made right, and only 30 calories per can. What a treat. I have Dr. Brown's soda in my fridge downstairs. It is the greatest. Black Cherry Dr. Brown's is the greatest soda in the world. This is the second greatest soda in my refrigerator. The Shirley Temple flavor from Stiller's. It is delicious, and I highly recommend it.
All right, and we're back with the Knicker Brothers podcast, and we're going to do that segment that Patrick talked about.
Western Conference, baby! All right, Bear, how much thought have you given to the Western Conference in this offseason?
I mean, obviously there's been a couple of teams that we're going to go into. We'll talk about them as they come up, that where there's been like a lot of news, and then a bunch of teams that sort of that I kind of flew under the radar, but made some nice moves. I did do a bunch of research in the days leading up to this, so I feel like there's like some interesting teams that I really want to talk about, and what I'm interested as we do this over under is just the West is so deep that it's going to be really interesting when you start making the cutoff where you start having to say like, well, someone has to lose games in this conference, and I'm interested to see how we play that one out. What about you, Pat? What are your thoughts on the West overall?
I mean, obviously it's the stronger conference. I don't know how strong it is. Really, people are really invested in what Denver did to build up the roster, and I get it. But it's not like they're suddenly crazy deep. They're a little bit deeper than they were last year. And maybe that's enough, right? Because they took OKC to 7. Maybe it's enough, that little bit, because Jokic is so incredible. that
They're
it'll
not
push them over
they're
the
not
top.
like the peak Golden State Warriors, but they look like a team that could win the title. But I guess
Yeah.
we should talk about them as they come.
We will.
But
I'm curious. I mean, that's mostly how I feel. Like, I don't have any broad conference thoughts other than the West is probably better than the East, and they certainly aren't ravaged by injuries in the way the East is.
yeah,
At least, knock on wood, not yet. Save for this first team, the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas, of course, had a very tumultuous year last year, trading away Luka Doncic, and somehow being rewarded for it by getting the first overall pick in the NBA draft, which is just one of the absolute worst travesties in history. And now Cooper Flag is on their team. It's largely the same roster they ended with last year, plus Cooper Flag, minus Kyrie Irving,
right.
who is out for the year. Their over-under is 41.5. Bear, what do you think? Over or under 41.5 for the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, this is one I was thinking about because I think a lot of people who I hear who really understand this stuff are saying Cooper Flag looks like he's going to be like a real like all NBA level guy. That said, there are a lot of really good players who are really erratic in their first year, especially when they're young. And I think there's a world here where the Mavericks are like, hey, we don't have Kyrie. We're just going to let Cooper Flag figure his shit out. And that's going to lead to some interesting basketball and some good development, but it's probably not going to lead to a lot of wins, especially in a pretty seasoned Western Conference. So I'm going to go ahead and smash that under.
Bear taking the under for the Dallas Mavericks. My instinct was also to take the under. I did, however, spend some time thinking about it. They won something like 39 or 40 games last year.
39 games.
Yeah. 39 with Luka hurt for most of the year before they traded him for Anthony Davis. And then they had a brief stretch where they looked pretty good, and then Kyrie got hurt. They brought in D'Angelo Russell as well to replace Kyrie, play for him. They added Cooper Flag, obviously. I don't think this is a below 500 team when I look at it. The more time I've spent thinking about them, I think they're in the low 40s. I think this could be 42, 43, 44, but I think it's more likely that it's 44 than that it's 40 or 39 or 38.
But you're really banking on Anthony Davis staying healthy with this team.
I am, but he wears goggles now, so it's all fine for our.
Most of the injuries were like eye-related injuries.
Well, he had like some sort of detached retina thing, and now he has to wear goggles for the rest of his career, and the goggles cover up his famous unibrow.
Yeah,
it's like if James Harden had to wear a mask for all of COVID and you couldn't see his giant beard. It's a real tragedy. But I'm still going to pick over 41.5 for the Dallas Mavericks. And we already disagree. How's it feel?
Oh, it feels good because I feel like I'm in the driver's seat in this competition.
I'd like to remind everyone that we know absolutely nothing. We are not gamblers. Yeah. We're not professional NBA analysts.
Nope.
We are.
Although we have made some money from this podcast, so
that's true. I think we've made like $15 over the course of the podcast.
Well, one of us has made like $15, and another one has like spent like like I don't know, $100 or something. So guess. So I'm a gambler of sorts, if you will.
It's working out real well for me.
Yeah.
So anyway, don't listen to anything we say. Do the opposite of what we say, but if we disagree, just don't bet on it.
If loyal listeners of this podcast might remember that at the end of we made some pretty confident picks going into last year, and at the end of the year we checked in on them, and I think neither of us was above 50%. Right? Like,
no, but it's important to note that you did way worse than I did.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you did bad too. It wasn't like you did good and I
wasn't going to make a ton of money off the bets that I made, but you were clearly going into arrears from that.
All right. Well, listen, I'm still feeling good. I'm feeling good about my Dallas pick. So Let's
Well,
move on.
let's
to
see how
number
well
two.
you feel about this next pick. The Denver Nuggets. Over under 54 and a half. 54 and a half. When the Nuggets won the championship 2 or 3 years ago, they were 53 and 29.
Mm-hmm.
Has this Nuggets team ever won 55 plus games? Not to my
Yes.
when did it do
2
it?
years ago.
Did it?
Yeah.
What was its record?
They in 2023 and 2024 they were 57 and 25.
Well, my research indicates that you should double check that.
I'm okay. Okay.
Great.
I don't know what you want me to say.
I'm taking the under.
Oh wow, that's a controversial pick.
I'm
Talk
taking
about
the
it.
under.
Talk about
It's
it.
not that I don't think they're a title contender. I think they could be. I don't think they're that deep. The West is really good. I think it's going to flatten a lot of the top line records.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a lot of unders of teams that I think are good because I don't think they're going to hit the really high numbers. I think there's going to be a lot of flatness in seeds, probably like 2 through 9.
I
in
mean,
the
that's
Western Conference.
that's like exactly what it was like last year, right?
Yeah.
The number 2 seed was the Rockets with 52 wins, and the number 8 seed was at 48 wins. So it's like,
Yeah.
so I get what you're saying.
So 55 and 27, which is what the Nuggets would have to be to hit their over, is 2 wins for every loss. I just think it's a little bit too big an ask. Jokic has had such good health for so long. If he misses a couple weeks, that team collapses.
Mm-hmm.
I know like Murray's healthier than he's been. They got rid of Porter and his injuries and swapped in Cam Johnson, and they added Bruce Brown, Christian Braun on the bench, Jonas
Timmy Hardaway
Valanciunas on the bench, Timmy Hardaway Jr. on the bench. It's a deeper team than it was. It's not that deep. It's it's still all dependent on Jokic, and is he gonna after a very long, very hard summer playing Eurobasket and a deep playoff run the year before, how much does he have left? Like, why isn't he going to take a couple of weeks off? And this team will cruise to a 4 seed and 53 wins. I'm taking the under.
Yeah, so I'm of two minds with this. I definitely see where you're coming from, and this one is a really close one for me. So last year the Nuggets won 50 games, and as you've just illustrated, they've gotten better and they've gotten deeper. It's almost like it's hard because there's a couple ways the season could play out. Like, I feel like the Nuggets could get into this zone where they're like, hey, like we're the seasoned guys in the conference. Like, we don't really care what seed we're in. Like, we'll go play in anyone else's building. So if we're the 3 seed, if we're the 5 seed, what difference does it make? And they just will kind of focus up on getting things together for a playoff run. That said, they won 50 games last year. I think they got better. Did they get 5 games better? Maybe. That's not too much. Yeah, I mean, I think these guys are clearly the second best team in the conference, and probably the second best team in the entire league. So I'm going to just bet on Jokic and the boys and smash that over.
Taking the over.
Yeah.
54 and a half. Next, Golden State Warriors, or as some like to call them, the Olden State Warriors, because boy, they are old fogies. Their over-under is set at 46 and a half.
I would just like to say they are not as old as you.
Play that laughter cue again.
Hang on. Let me just...
Wow, you're really on the ball. What a producer.
Let me just...
you can tell why the profit goes into my pocket.
Well... All right. Do you want me to play the laugh track again?
I feel like maybe the moment's passed.
All right. Let's move on.
46 and a half for the Golden State Warriors. Bear, what do you think?
It's all of these teams are hard, man. Like, this is like Golden State is probably going to be really good. They have Steph Curry, they have Jimmy Butler. They looked really good with once Jimmy Butler came in there last year. 46.5. They finished with 48 last year. I am going to just very trepidatiously hit the over. I think they will be at least as good as they were last year.
I agree. I'm taking the over.
Oh.
I think they're built for the playoffs,
Yeah.
but I also think they're going to want to avoid the play-in. I don't think it's going to do them any good. I think they're going to fight like hell to get that 6th seed.
And that might take like 50 wins.
And that's probably going to take 50 wins. And I still think Curry, Butler, Horford, Draymond, etc. They have enough veteran savvy. They're going to make it happen. The Warriors looked really good at the end of last year, and then Curry got hurt in the playoffs, and that was the end of them. They collapsed like a dying star. The bench is pretty good. I think they're going to be able to survive, especially against some of the weaker teams in the East, giving their older players days off here and there, letting them rest. It's like I don't think they're a real title contender, but I do think it's the last hurrah for that crew, and I think they're going to give it all they have. So I'm taking the over as well. 46.5. The Houston Rockets over-under is set at 52.5. A huge addition in the offseason, obviously. They brought in Kevin Durant, traded Jalen Green and some picks for him. A huge loss in the preseason. Fred VanVleet is out with a torn ACL. And now they have Reed Shepherd and Amen Thompson, and that's kind of it, maybe, for who's going to play point guard for them. I think this team is a little weird in its construction.
Yeah.
I don't love it. There are a lot of pieces that I love.
Yeah.
But the overall vibe, especially losing their ball handlers, which is,
I would love this team a lot more if they had a really stable, solid point guard to run the offense, you know?
Yeah. If they had, like a Mike Conley equivalent or a Fred VanVleet, right? But alas, they don't, due to however he hurt himself. I don't know what the story is there. And I still think they're going to be a tough out. Defensively, they're going to be a nightmare to play against for a lot of teams. They're super athletic and long and young. But I think, the things that killed them in the season last year was their complete inability to generate offense when defenses got really tight. Now they have Kevin Durant, but as we all know, Kevin Durant is not a cure-all for those issues. Just look at what Phoenix did the last couple of years when he was there. I am going to smash the under here. And if we were doing best bets, this would be one of my best bets. Taking the under 52.5.
Yeah, I'm with you, Pat. I wish I could contradict you on this because I feel bad for the Houston fans. But I didn't have these numbers right up in front of me, but I was like looking through the Houston's roster, and I was like, there are some big holes here. And Fred VanVleet, when you just look at it in a vacuum, like you gained Kevin Durant, you lost Fred VanVleet. That must be good, right? Well, no, Fred VanVleet fulfills a role that no one else on the team can fill. And unless they're planning on trading and getting a point guard, I don't see how they get up over 50 wins. I think Kevin Durant is still a really good player, but I don't think he's the kind of game-changing, unstoppable force that he was even 5 years ago. And I just someone's going to be losing games in the West, and I think Houston's going to lose more than we expected before the injury. So I'm going to hit the under as well.
You heard it here. 2 unders for the Houston Rockets. Our next pick, the Los Angeles Clippers. They, of the immense controversy surrounding Kawhi Leonard and potential subversion of the cap and everything else that's happened to them in this offseason. They have, of course, shut down their YouTube channel. They haven't uploaded anything since the preseason started. The only team in the NBA to do that.
And hey, Clippers YouTube fans, if you're out there, we're on YouTube now, so come on over. We're talking about your team. Come on over. You don't have to watch the Clippers. Come over here.
That's
yeah.
right.
We'll talk about the Clippers
schmucks in Atlanta, talking about the Knicks mostly.
Well, we're talking about the Clippers now.
We are talking about the Clippers now. They made
made
some really good additions this offseason, right? They added Bradley Beal. They added Chris Paul. Just a lot of, solid contributors to what the team's going to be. They were really good last year, really strong. The issue they had was that they had a really great defensive lineup and a really great offensive lineup, and never the two shall meet. 47.5 is the lowest, other than the Warriors. I think it's the lowest numbers among playoff teams from last year, not counting the play-in guys. For me, I think they are in that sort of flattening in the middle of the conference again. 48, 49, 50 sounds more likely to me than 46, 45. And I'm going to take the over for the Clippers, even in the midst of controversy.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? This is the thing. I think that if Kawhi Leonard plays like 60 games, they're a pretty easy over. And if he plays like 35 or 40 games, they're a pretty easy under. And I think it's just as simple as that. And so I'm just gonna play the smart money here and bet under, because I don't think Kawhi Leonard is gonna play that many games.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's like I totally echo what you said. Like if Kawhi's healthy all year, they could win 55, right? But I just don't think that's going to happen, because it's been a while since we've seen that.
Fair enough. A disagreement. Bear takes the under. I take the over for the LA Clippers at 47.5.
Sorry, Clippers fans.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Clippers fans. Come Venmo me as thanks. Patrick-Gallagher-78. Send it over. Last four digits 2611. Make it happen, everybody. The Los Angeles Lakers are next. Their over-under is... Have you looked at this, Bear? Do you know what it is? The over-under for the Lakers? He's not even listening.
Sorry, I got a text. What's just some Clippers fans blowing up my phone?
That's right. The over-under for the Lakers. What do you think it is? Context: the Mavs were 41.5, Denver 54, Golden State 46, Houston 52, Clippers 47.
I would say probably 47, 48?
49.5.
Oh,
okay. For the Lakers. 49.5.
It's getting a little pricey there.
Obviously, they have a svelte and full-strength Luka Doncic for the whole year. They have they added DeAndre Ayton. They have the mystery that is LeBron James, of course. Bear, what do you think? 49.5.
Over. Whatever. I'm gonna bet. No, listen. I'm gonna just. It's impossible for me to predict, only because I don't know what kind of LeBron is. Like one of these years is gonna be the year that LeBron is a little bit worse than we're used to seeing. I'm just gonna bet that it's not this year, and I'm just gonna assume that him and Luka together is enough to get them to 50 wins. If I have to stake my claim to somebody, Luka is not the worst guy to stake your claim to,
I really, really wanted and thought I was going to take the under here when I saw the number. I really wanted to.
Yeah.
There's something about it that it just feels like the Baltimore Ravens this year are having the year from hell. Everything has gone wrong for them that could possibly go wrong. Mm-hmm. Everybody's hurt. Lamar's hurt. The defense is terrible. They've lost close games. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It really feels like one of these years the Lakers are going to have that year from hell just because of the LeBron thing, everything else. But man, I saw Luka in Eurobasket. I saw the shape he's in. I don't know how I can bet against that guy.
Yeah.
He's just in the prime of everything.
You'll feel real stupid if he scores 36 a game and the Lakers win 53, 55. Yeah.
I'm going to take the over. Begrudgingly, I'm going to take the over. on the Slovenian back of Luka Doncic. Again, we both taken the over here, so everybody should bet the under if you're listening.
Yeah.
Everybody should bet the under. The bets you should all make, just to review, are the under on Golden State, the over on Houston, and the under on the Lakers, because it's the opposite of what we've agreed on.
We agreed to. Yeah. Okay.
Next, the Memphis Grizzlies, 39.5. This is an interesting one.
Yeah, it feels like I feel like they're better than 39 wins. But I also feel like there's this. I have no idea what they're doing. Like, are they gonna tank? Like, are they gonna? They're not gonna compete, right? So I'm just gonna hit. I'm just gonna assume they're trying to like regroup for next year. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit that under.
I mean, it all depends on the Ja Morant that we get, right? It's kind of the same thing. It just feels like we're betting on Kawhi, we're betting on LeBron, we're betting on Ja. Do I want to bet on Ja Morant? I don't know. He's had a couple of really tough years. Sometimes you bounce back and it turns into something great.
Sometimes you just don't, though.
Sometimes you don't. You took the under here?
I took the under.
Just for the hell of it, I'm taking the over.
Keep it interesting for the people out there.
Well, I just don't want them to bet too much money disagreeing with us. You know, I want to keep their wallets.
Neutralize it. Yeah.
I want to keep their wallets a little slim. The argument for it is that this Memphis team has been a high 40s win team when everybody's been healthy. They've had bad health luck. Maybe they'll have good health luck going forward. It's that simple an argument. Next, the Minnesota Timberwolves, 49.5. They've lost some pieces, but Anthony Edwards is getting older and potentially better. We'll see if Julius Randle can continue to be the productive Randle that he was for them last year. This line is, to me, is perfect. Like, this team's going to win 49 or 50 games. And so if I'm going to flip a coin and pick, I'll bet on the upside of Anthony Edwards and take the over.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat. Anthony Edwards has gotten better year over year pretty consistently since he came into the league. He's now one of the 5 or 6 best guys. He's entering his age 24 season, so he's really only just now starting to get into his prime. And I think this would be a good year to bet on him really breaking out. So. I'll bet the over as well. I think they're going to get to 50, maybe low 50s.
Well, everybody bet the under on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Next are the Pelicans of New Orleans. This is an impossible team. Who knows, right? This is the biggest who knows that we have. It all rests on, can Zion Williamson play 60, 65 games? If they can, they could easily win 35 games. That's not crazy to me. They have enough talent to win 35 games. But the question is, can Zion do it, right? He really hasn't done it. I think the talent on this team is better than the number, 31.5. So I'm just going to throw my money on the over here. But I don't feel good about it, and I wouldn't recommend anybody else do it.
Yeah, I echo your thoughts. I'll just hit the under just for fun.
Just for disagreements. Keep those wallets clean.
Keep on eating those cheeseburgers, Zion. You got this. You got this, man. Cheeseburgers, they're great.
Cheeseburgers for all. Next, the big number. Oklahoma City Thunder. Their over-under is 62.5. They won 68 games last year, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Bear, what do you think?
The only thing that would potentially keep me under is that now that they've won their championship, they're going to do that thing where they take their foot off the gas a little bit throughout the season, because they're we know how to win a championship. We don't need to we need to make sure we're ready in the playoffs. They won 68 games last year. it's just really hard. Like when you say 62.5, so like they need to lose 20 times this season to hit the under.
That's
Um,
correct.
that seems hard for me to imagine. So I will confidently hit the over. They are a really good team.
I'm taking the under.
Oh,
I'm taking the under. There's a few reasons. One, they're very young, and the overconfidence that comes from that youth and resting on its laurels. We've seen it 100 times. We'll see it 100 more times. Maybe this team's the exception. Maybe the coach is so great. Maybe the culture is so incredible that there'll be none of that. But I wouldn't bet on it. I'm going to bet on this team regresses a little bit. I'm also betting on their offense looked like it had weaknesses, especially in the finals. And the Pacers are really, really good. I'm not taking anything away from the Pacers, but they are not the best defensive team. And they may have crafted something of a blueprint for teams to attack Oklahoma City, despite the very deep roster that they have. I think there are ways that teams can attack OKC and limit them offensively. They're going to be a defensive menace again. There's no getting around that. But I that's an effort thing, and I think that's where the settling and the complacency can show up. So
fair
I'm
enough.
taking the under on OKC. I understand that I could well be wrong, but I've also taken a lot of overs here. So a lot of this back end has got to be unders, or I'm going to look like a complete fool. All right, Bear, you took the over for OKC, and I took the
That's
under.
right.
Next up, Phoenix Suns, 31.5. I'll go first. Slamming the under here. I do not believe in this team. Jordan Ott could be a good coach. I don't know. Devin Booker's fine, but I don't know. He's
not that good.
He's not that good. The top of the West is so good, and this team just does nothing for me. I'm slamming the under as hard as I can.
Yeah, it's very rare, I think, that we see a team with a player as good as Devin Booker, like maybe be like second to or third to last in the conference, but I think that could happen here for the Suns. So I'm gonna hit that under.
Sorry, Phoenix. We feel bad for you. You've had a rough few years here.
Hey, at least it's like 107 degrees in your city all the time. So
they
got that.
They were in the NBA Finals like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and then
they traded it all for Brad Beal and Kevin Durant, and now
it just completely collapsed.
Yeah,
like what a bummer. What an
sucks.
absolute bummer if you're a Phoenix fan. That's just it's horrible.
Yeah.
Just a total nightmare. So sorry, Phoenix, for
much like the
everything.
city of Phoenix.
Portland Trailblazers are next. Speaking of nightmares, Portland Trailblazers played really well down the stretch last year under Coach Chauncey Billups. They've traded away Anthony Simons. They're young, they're athletic, they're defense led. Denny Avdia became a borderline all-star quality player towards the end of last year. How much you believe in that will determine if you take the over or the under of 34.5. Bear, what do you think?
Yeah, it's tough. I like the Drew Holiday edition a lot. I think they've got like a weird team. There's like a lot of defense. I have a hard time understanding how they're gonna score on anybody. And I just think they're gonna. I think maybe next year we could be talking about them as a sneaky like lower end of the Western Conference playoffs kind of team. But like you, Portland is always my second favorite team. But I think I have to hit the under just when I'm looking at the conference as a whole.
I'm going to take the over.
Yeah.
It's a sentimental pick for me, but I really liked how they looked for a lot of the second half of last year. I think they have a good young roster. They've got a lineup they can put out there that is just a nightmare to deal with defensively with Klingon and Kamara and Shaden Sharp and everybody. And I think they're going to play so hard that they're going to be like they're going to catch a lot of teams sleepwalking in, right? Because they're going to be they're going to be a fringe play-in contender. They're not going to be a top 6 contender, but they're going to play so hard over the course of the year. They're going to steal a lot of wins from the top level teams.
All right.
So I would hit the over for Portland. 3 more to go. Our next pick, and I can't tell you how fast I slammed the under on this one. It's the Sacramento Kings, whose over-under is 34 and a half. Yeah, they still have Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan and Domantas Sabonis. I just don't believe in this team at all, especially with the strengthened West. I think they're going to really struggle to win even 30 games, and I'm going to hit that under as hard as I possibly can.
Yeah, I also will hit the under here. It's weird because this team might be a play-in team in the East. Like they might be like an 8 seed in the East, but in the West they're gonna have a really hard time. Like they're gonna be outmatched virtually every night when they play a team in their own conference. So I'm gonna hit that under.
This next team is the one that shocked me. This is the line that shocked me the most. It's the San Antonio Spurs. Bear, do you know what their over-under is?
Do you want me to guess?
Sure, take a guess.
Like 40?
44 and a half.
Oh.
That is a Victor Wembanyama is getting better.
Yeah.
Bet. That's what that is. 44 and a half.
He is getting taller.
He's getting taller. He's getting stronger.
He's growing stronger.
He's great. I just don't buy the team. I don't buy it, and I'm going to take the under. I'm taking the under.
They won. Yeah, I have to take the under as well. It's just they are going to be better than last year, but they won 34 games last year, so they have to win 11 more to hit this. Like that's a huge jump
in a stronger conference.
In a stronger conference, yeah. So like they could get significantly better and like be a low end play-in team and win like 41 games. And also, this might be one of those things where they put the number kind of high because they know people are going to be betting on this because they know like Wembanyama is one of the most famous players in the game. You know, I think this is a pretty safe under.
Yeah.
And Wemby, hey, if you want to prove us wrong, get taller.
Come on the podcast.
Come on the podcast. Stoop your big old body down in front of the camera, and we'll talk about why you guys are going to win 45 games. But
yeah, I don't buy it.
Yeah,
I just don't buy it. Finally, wrapping up the Western Conference with the strongest team, maybe in the league. That's right. It's your favorite and mine, the peculiarly named Utah Jazz. They're over under Bear 18 and a half. That is low. 18 and a half. They'd have to go 18 and 64.
They did win 17 games last year.
They did win 17 games last year. And they lost, John Collins and Colin Sexton. And
they're worse. Yeah.
And Jordan Clarkson and all those guys. They're really betting on youth plus Lowry Markkanen here. They didn't have Lowry last year. Maybe Lowry is good enough to get a few more wins. Maybe not. Hard to say. I don't think they want to win games, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
I think, would you be shocked if Lowry Markkanen were traded by February? I would not.
I'm surprised he has not already been traded.
So even though that number is as low as it is, I'm still taking the under. I do not believe in this team at all.
So, okay. They're real bad. They're real bad. They're not good. They are truly the only team in this entire conference where I have nothing good to say about them. Like we went through the other 14 teams just now, and even the Pelicans, we were like, well, if Zion's healthy, like they could be okay. There's nothing to say about the Jazz. Like their ceiling is like 23 wins, right? Like it's true. There's nothing they could do to get to like 27 wins. That's just impossible. So, but that said, um, uh, to I am I'm just gonna throw this one out there because we haven't been disagreeing enough, and for all you Mormons out there, I'm gonna say the Jazz will hit 19 wins and hit the over. You heard it here first.
And only. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. To review, our Western Pat and Bear pick the Western Conference over-under segment. The Dallas Mavericks, Bear picked the under. I picked the over at 41.5. Denver at 54.5. Bear picked the over. I picked the under. Golden State 46.5. We both picked the over. Houston 52.5. We both picked the under. The Clippers at 47.5. Bear went under. I went over. The Lakers at 49.5. We both weakly took the over. The Grizzlies at 39.5. Bear went under. I went over. The Timberwolves at 49.5. We both went over. The Pelicans at 31.5. Bear went under, and I stupidly took the over. Oklahoma City, Bear went over, and I stupidly took the under. The Phoenix Suns, we both wisely took the under. The Portland Trail Blazers, I took the over at 34.5. Bear stupidly took the under. The Sacramento Kings at 34.5. We both very wisely took the under. The Spurs at 44.5. We also both took the under. And the Utah Jazz at 18.5. I took the under, and Bear inexplicably took the over. And there you have it.
I believe in you, Jazz.
Bear and Pat picked the Western Conference over-unders.
All right.
Pew, 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 pew. Bear, you watched anything worth recommending?
I have not really. I've been watching Better Call Saul while I'm like kind of in the background while I do stuff around the apartment.
You've seen it already?
I have, but I had only seen it. I watched it in a weird way. Like I watched the first couple seasons, and then like a weird amount of time passed. And then I went back and I watched the end. Oh. So I think this is the first time I'm watching it all the way through. So it's obviously a really good show. I've been playing this game called Soccer Dash on YouTube Games. It is really addictive. You kick a little ball into a goal and you like run through courses and stuff. It is the most beautiful way to waste like a whole hour of your day. So I recommend that.
That is so sad.
Just go play it, Pat.
I will not.
All right.
I watched 28 Years Later, the follow-up to 28 Days Later.
How was it?
This is actually the movie that I was trying to remember last time when I couldn't remember a movie.
Okay.
It's okay. It's beautiful, and it's sort of interesting.
Okay.
But it's not great. The first one's still the best.
Do they got Cillian Murphy back in it?
I mean, technically that's a spoiler.
Oh.
But the answer is no. Cillian Murphy's not in it. The performances are good.
The spoiler is he's not in the movie.
Yeah. The performances are good. It's not really the movie you expect it to be, and there are an incredible amount of penises in it. Just be prepared.
Oh,
I don't know that I've ever seen a movie with as many penises.
Are you sure you watched 28 Years Later? Or are you sure you didn't accidentally end up in the wrong movie theater?
Well, again, I have an 8-month-old baby, so God only knows. I'm pretty tired these days. All I know is there were a lot of penises. Just penises galore, which is also my stage name. And then I watched, I've decided I'm only going to watch good movies from now on.
Oh.
So the other day I watched Inglourious Bastards.
Nice.
Which is just an incredible movie, which I highly recommend. Oh, of course. And I watched the latest Mission Impossible movie.
Oh, how'd you like it?
Which is good. It's not as good as the peak of the series, which is Fallout. Fallout is the best one. But and it's not as fun as like Ghost Protocol or even Mission Impossible 3, but it's in the top half of the Mission Impossible movies. And listen, the stuff that they're doing on the biplanes and whatever, it's just incredible. Mm-hmm. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's unbelievable that people do this just to entertain me for a couple of hours. It's just like,
that's what Tom Cruise
thing.
when Tom Cruise is like getting ready to like jump off a building or something, he's like, I really don't want to do this, and then someone shows him a picture of you, and you're like, you got to do it for him.
Yeah, do it for the Nickel Brothers, man.
Yeah,
it's like. I will also say there is you saw the movie?
I haven't. I've seen every Mission Impossible movie but this one.
You should see it. There's a sequence in a submarine, and all I have to say about it is it's the least believable thing I've ever seen in a Mission Impossible movie. It is so implausible. Like, the plane stuff is whatever. I get it. I know what they're doing. The submarine thing is so implausible that you just have to, like, I mean, you sit there and you admire like the audacity of it. It's like, yeah, this is a great idea. We're going to have this segment in the film that involves things that are completely unbelievable in every single way. But it's also like, oh, it's not really jumping the shark. It's like, it's a cartoon at that point.
Yeah.
There's kind of nothing else to think about it.
All right, interesting.
But it's all worth watching. I'd watch all those movies.
Cool.
And I would watch 28 Years Later last of the three. And I would watch Inglourious Bastards first. The season is upon us. Bear, we will be back presumably next week to talk about the Eastern Conference.
Yeah. And rest in peace, Yankees, who are getting killed for the third straight game.
Already getting killed. And this season is, as we said, this podcast marks the death of the 2025 Yankees season.
I was texting Patrick some screenshots of me texting my friend from Boston as we beat the Red Sox. It was very fun and glorious. And when I look at my phone right now, I just see that he sent me a bunch of text messages. So, so I wish this wasn't happening, but you know what? It's okay.
Listen, we all will still have Cam Schlittler till we die.
Yeah. All right.
God bless the Schlittler.
True. Okay. Well, Pat, it's been real. We'll be back next week to talk Eastern Conference over under and just see where we're at with the Knicks. We're a couple weeks away from the season, right?
We're a couple weeks away. The time is coming for us to yell those three favorite words that we end every podcast with. You know it, Bear.
Big spicy meatball.
Let's go, Knicks.
Let's go, Knicks.